Hello everyone and welcome back to our backyard garden. Excuse me. Well, today is Sunday, April 21st, 2019. We have an overcast day today. It's kind of gloomy. The weather is just turned on us really quickly in Southern California. That's how it goes. So one day it could be 90 degrees, next day it could be 65, 70 degrees. But anyway, today I want to give you guys an update in our backyard. Let's go all the way there to the end. As you can see, there's my passion fruit plant. It has grown like crazy. That's the only word I can describe it. As you can see, no matter how much you prune them, they'll continue to come back and start growing up into the house. I want to show you the fruits. Look at, there's plenty of flowers and the fruit formations. You see that? So the fruits are already forming. It's spilling over to the neighbor's yard, and I have to trim them off. And I'm trying to keep the line right here between my garden here and the vine all the way to that side. And as you can see, the trunk of that, so it's been almost 3 years now, and has grown like crazy. Look at that. It's almost the size of my forearm now. It's huge. So this is definitely a mature vine now. And of course, they shed a lot of leaves. They just shed a whole bunch of leaves, and only the new growth. Remember, only the new growth will produce the fruit. So whatever you can prune them, it's fine. If you don't prune them, they'll grow new growth and they will put out more flowers. Alrighty. So here, let's go back this way. So my millibar spinach, this is one of the red variety. As you can see, they're starting to climb up this trellis here. Eventually I will prune them off to allow more side shoots to come up. Now this area, excuse me, so this we're facing east this way toward the wall itself. So they don't get much sunlight, but they do get some sunlight in the midday once the sun is above the the horizon. But in the summer it gets very hot here because of the wall, and between the building it gets very hot. Right now they tend to be low shaded, but that's okay. I mean, that's all I have to work with. All right, so that's our millibar spinach, the red leaf variety. And here we have a whole bunch of bitter melon. Now I transplant some of them over there on the other side because I decided to grow them on the other side. But at the same time, they keep coming up, and the one that I transplanted didn't grow as well as one that volunteer. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna leave them here where they are, and fertilize them a little bit and let them grow. You never want to grow the same plant at the same place year after year. But for bitter melon, I don't think that's an issue at all, as long as your soil is somewhat fertile. And the seed continue to drop. As you can see, I pull up hundreds of them everywhere. So this year, I'm going to leave some of this plant here, about 5 here in this section here. That's fine. So we have some green onion, and this is one of our grapes tomato that we bought not too long ago, and now it's starting to grow. Now here's an update on the cherry tomato. As you can see, they grow almost 4 feet tall now, but something caught my eyes. Unfortunately, they are infected with powdery mildew. Look at that. Because this area, remember, this area don't get enough sunlight, so the moisture build up on the plant. There were a lot of rain several weeks ago, so they were being attacked by the powdery mildew here, the fungus here. Some of them were pretty bad, and I didn't have time to come out here and take a look at them and inspect them. So what I'll do, I'll probably have to remove them so they don't infect other area of the plant, of the garden. I was gonna spray them with some kind of insecticide, but I decided not to do it. I think we're still in the early of the season, so I'm okay to pull them up and replant some of the small plant. Cherry tomato grows very fast, so once the heat kicks up in May, um, they'll start to grow. So I think I can replant some of them, and I'll just remove them. Now I never had a problem with powdery mildew in tomatoes. Last year I planted some here and I didn't have a problem because it was very hot. But of course this season, 2019, beginning in 2019, there were a lot of rains, and maybe the moisture just overwhelmed the plant, and the fungus just built up. As you can see on the top, it's just beautifully grow, but as you look at the bottom part, look at that, including the stem. Again, I'm gonna remove all this plant. This is about 4 plants here, and this one's even worse. Look at that, completely dried out too. But look at from the top, very healthy, you know. All right, so here my corns, I finally transplanted them here. They are doing quite well. The guy that get the most sunlight, the one that get the most sunlight, tend to grow a little faster. So those are at the end. All right, so I have about roughly a dozen plants here. They're kind of close, but that's okay. Okay, so I also seed some of the cucumber, and I also start some of the seeds as well. Some of them I'll give them away, but so I start some of the seeds here. Be careful when you sow seed directly into the ground. The insects, when they kind of look at this one, been attacked by insects. So when they're very tiny, they're very vulnerable to attack from the insects. So if you can protect them, if not, you know, sow them in the little container and then transplant them over. All right, now one thing I forgot is last season I took a lot of mealybush spinach seeds, the green variety, and I spread them all over the place. And as you can see, they're just popping up everywhere. So, but I remember I have the red varieties too. All right, so here we come to our beautiful mixed lettuce little patch here, about 6 feet. They are just beautiful. They're gorgeous. This is a gourmet variety. There's I think 5 varieties here. They're just beautiful. Look at this. So some of them is actually ready to be cut, like this guy here, 6 inches here. I can cut them now. They grow very well here because it's nice and cool. So they definitely do very well. And I finally put them a little bit, give them a little bit of compost dressing here. I don't thin them out because they're just lettuce. You're just growing the leaves. They're not producing any fruits. So it's okay to grow them close. I mean, if you want to thin them out, you can, but from my experience, it's not necessarily. They don't go too big, so it's okay. And besides, you just want a nice little tender leaves. So just one bag of seeds here. That's it. All right, so we're moving on. Again, we have plenty of mealybush spinach just popping up, so maybe I'll transplant them somewhere else. And I plant some more garlic here. The cilantro, I have to remove a lot of them. First, I was gonna say decide to keep them and let them go to seeds, but I have to remove a dozen plants to make room for other plants. All right, and look at this, I call it gigantic scallion or green bunch onion. And now this are some of the Japanese eggplants, the long variety, beautiful purple variety you can see here. So I bought a 6-pack and I plant them here. Again, they show little signs of insect attack, and it's not very hot yet, the weather, so they don't. You know, they haven't really responded yet to the soil, but I think they're gonna do okay. So this behind them, I want to make sure I grow the bitter melon first, fast, before the eggplant grow too tall and they cover up. cover up the bitter melon. So those are the bitter melon I transplant from the other side. So I was telling you, they are doing okay. Bitter melons are very sensitive to transplant. Sometimes they don't recover, but sometimes they do. So I think this is going to be this 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to do okay. This one, the suspect. Yeah. Look at the leaves; it's kind of strange looking. See that? But those might look okay. All right. And then finally, let's go to this area here. This is one of the areas that I mentioned was contaminated with cooking oil. So somebody dumped a whole bunch of cooking oil here. I don't know how many times they did that. So I have to dig up almost, 18 inches of soil here to clean it up. So what I do is I dig up all the soil and get rid of all the contaminated soil. And then I bury some of the kitchen scrap here. So the idea is to invite the the worms to come in and help clean it up. Now, once the worm comes in, the kitchen scrap becomes to decompose. You create some kind of compost, organic material, and the worm will consume it and it will cycle it, and maybe it'll clean it up. Cooking oil is not the worst thing in the world. So the good thing is not motor oil, right? It's cooking oil. We eat cooking oil. We use it to fry stuff. But it's not appropriate for the soil. Definitely not. So that's what I'm working on here. And again, it's about maybe 18 inches in diameter, maybe the affected area. And I can still smell the oil, the fried oil. So hopefully after a month or two, I'll continue to add more kitchen scrap here and bury it. And then, like I say, to invite the critters or the worm stuff come in and help consume it. And hopefully you'll clean it up. All right, after that, I will test it out. I'll plant something here and see if the plant grows. If the plant grows, then I think the soil might be okay. If not, then I can't use this little patch here. The second option is to, if contaminated, the second option is just put a container in this spot, right? A big container here, a 20 inches diameter container here, and grow from container. And any runoff, any water runoff will go down to the soil. All right, so that's the second option I can do. All right, as you can see, some of this perilla herbs that I propagated. So he's doing okay. He's doing pretty well, actually. All right, so what else do we have? I think that's it. And then the other side of the garden, okay, some container here I want to show you real quick. So this is the two container that I had the Malabar spinach, the green variety. As you can see, there's so many seeds that actually dropped into this container. For some reason, this container, there's nothing. There's nothing, but this one took all the seeds and it germinated. This is such a beautiful one here, very big. You can see, so I have to thin them out. This way, eventually I'll thin them out. I only probably need maybe 4 here, and allow them to grow again, and put a little trellis here for them to plant. So this is the Om Choi. As you can see here, year after year, the roots are still there and they keep coming back. But look like they've been attacked by some insects or whatnot. Alrighty, so that's it for our video update for today. We'll come back. We have to work on this side of the building. This side hardly get any sun at all. So I don't know what to plant here. Anything I plant here don't grow very well because it just no sunlight at all. The house is right here. This direction here is south. To the left here is east. So typically this area here don't get much sunlight. Okay, one more thing. The lemongrass. I think it's starting to come around once the heat picks up a little bit. Look, it's starting to come around. And I will probably prune it back more and allow it to grow up. And the strawberry actually is doing quite well. Look at that. You can see the strawberry. I try and plant some here. last year. It went dormant and it come back alive, and then I add some compost, and voila, you can see the leaves are growing nicely, new leaves, pretty big leaves. Okay, so maybe I'll just allow the strawberry to kind of like produce runner across here. Maybe this can be a strawberry patch, and see how it do. All right, well, thank you for watching. Let me get back to work. I still have some work to do here. And we'll see you again. And please subscribe to our channel, and please post a comment for me. I know I'm still doing the old-fashioned kind of recording and talk over it. There's no editing. It's pretty much one cut, one take sometimes. So please post a comment, and I'll try and respond to your comments. Well, thank you, and you have a wonderful day.